Can they pull it off, starting with Volskaya? I like what Koma did there. He picked the Hanzo and ran off the map, just teasing on, saying, look at this.
Yep.
Jump off the side of the map and you're just as useful as you were on that attack.
Get that kill feed going. Well,
I like it. It's just banter, man.
Bants.
No BM.
Hans was teasing the Reinhardt, but I almost had a heart attack because I thought he was actually serious.
Yeah, you know.
He's going to be sticking with a Widow. It's going to be the attack Sombra here with Widow support. And this is very much a risky composition, but it's one that BlossoM has run very well on this map before, even finding some success with this against Ellen Mystic.
Well, the K is just going to find Sia there in the corner. They'll take him down very swiftly. So already a bit of a halt to this push from the side of BlossoM as they get staggered out. Will be the res forced down here onto the Baby D.Va.
Such an awkward res too, almost losing Sia there with the res. Early one here. Hans is trying to get into position where he's got sight lines, but nothing just yet. Okay, he gets a good angle here, but everyone is out of his range.
They're pushing in onto the point right now. We'll start capping this one up, and Shugo's still in that pile of farm. Just now gets back into the mech. Shot going through, not going to find it onto Ding. On still just spamming away, and they haven't really been moving up. They're no closer to that first tick, and Decay, yeah, maybe looking to get his way into the backside. For now, we'll wrap around. Join his team in the front. Now comes in, sees Mineral going low. Everyone piles forward. They just cut him down alongside Notori. Sia will get taken out. The Coalescence finding two. And that is going to be the team kill. BlossoM shut out. Are we just looking at another full hold? Still a bit early to say.
I don't think so. I mean, what we saw there was really cool by BlossoM. They forced everyone into this choke point. If they can do it again when they have an EMP, this can be a massive fight win for them because KongDoo Panthera is stuck in a position where they can't really avoid the EMP while they're avoiding sightlines. So this is a really cool strategy. They just didn't build the EMP fast enough. Now they're going to be halted by this one. At least that's the idea here with Ding. Good positioning so far, unseen. Pulsed. Did not actually connect there.
Doesn't find that one, and Ding's going to go down. On's able to take him out of the fight. CNL, self-destruct ready to go, and Minerals just smacking away with that primal rage. We'll get taken down by Koma in the end as the town barrier comes down from KongDoo Panthera. He is dead though, so no DPS really available. They're waiting on Ding to rejoin, and he does have that EMP. That could be the turnaround here for KongDoo Panthera to maintain control. Self-destruct goes up, On's getting jumped on. Just a bit shy there was Roar. The self-destruct managed to take down Notori, so now no res is going to be available. Ons goes low, barely stays alive here.
Here comes that EMP. Ding just wants to make sure it's in the perfect spot. They have regained a lot of positional advantages here, KongDoo Panthera have. Coalescence
coming down, yeah, and that's just going to keep Ons pushed back inside the building. Can't get any sightlines here, and they're going to be held at bay yet again. Now looking for this nice little stagger on the swoon. They'll take him down with the orb. Luffy, wonderful.
So it was the health pack room corralling that I was talking about, where they were trying to get everybody into that area to EMP. That strategy that could have been so effective. Everything I just described, I gave BlossoM too much credit. They used their EMP at the opening in the doorway to try to turn the fight, where they couldn't get maximum value. Never got enough kills to flip it.
Oh, and now Ding just lights it up beautifully! And that is going to be BlossoM toppling like a couple dominoes. The Tori on, see a Mineral, going down!
Totally destroyed here. EMP values off the charts here for Ding compared to what we saw from Illicit's last EMP. Totally valuable there. Whereas we saw Illicit just sloppily throw an EMP in this archway here, this doorway, to try to burst down the tanks and totally fail to eliminate the supports, which brought KongDoo Panthera back into the fight.
Okay, a bit of an awkward spot there as he gets stuck on the forklift, but be able to come around the backside. Looking for that pulse bomb. On's going to find him. Gets a couple headshots in and forces the recall here from Decay. Now he's playing much more aggressively, gives himself away, spamming out here. So looking for that pulse target, throws it in, finds a stick, and will take down Mineral yet again. Now it's 15 seconds left on the clock. BlossoM, their playoff hopes on the line. Need to get this cap, need to get the completion. Otherwise, KongDoo Panthera, they're looking at having another full hold, one after the other, to secure their spot in the playoffs, in that fourth place spot. Self-destruct takes down Roar. Sia's out of the fight though, so still going to be a tank dead on each side. Swoon goes low, right way back there with the fade. Notori will join him to try to bring him back in alive. EMP out from the side of Ding, drops it down, sound barriers through his Jubal, makes it back into the back. They're looking to control this one, they're looking to shut it down, and BlossoM, they're only 2 members strong, Swoon's gonna die, see ya. I don't think he can tag back in time. They're gonna try to move him back, he can't make it, another full hold, Hollywood, straight into Volskaya. KongDoo Panthera looking unstoppable, they are not loosening their grip on the playoffs.
Decay just so well controlled there on the Tracer. Does he go in, he gets these kills, he does consistent damages, he stays behind when he gets low, when he doesn't have recall, still is able to find some damage, but doesn't play risky. One thing I want to draw attention to for Decay is his limited usage of the blink ability. He doesn't use it very often. He actually just simply moves around with his WSAD keys to find damage, uses blinks only when he's looking for a pulse or when he's trying to retreat to safety. He uses his blinks, sometimes you'll see him use 3 blinks to jump to a health pack because he just wants to stay alive on this point. Insane efficiency, his kill-death ratio must be off the charts for how few times he's dying right now. And the sound barriers, again, really good from Coma. BlossoM is staring down the pipe of defeat right now. This is almost certainly their end, and they took a risk. This organization lost their entire roster to London Spitfire. They took a risk picking up this new squad that had unproven players. Remember, Ons, he gets his name from Ansan Sniper. It's his hometown, and he's a famous streamer in Korea, but was never a professional player. He comes in, impresses in this first opening series against Meta Athena. They have some brilliant moments, but they live and they die based on this streamer they picked up and their attempt to take this first season. As a pro gamer, he's adapted several times, but always has to go back to the Widow when all else fails, and it just comes up short too many times. He very likely will be the reason they do not go to playoffs, and as sad as that is, you know, we have to look at the adaptability of KongDoo Panthera, bringing Ding in as DPS here, really looking like a brand new team. All they have to do is take 1 tick, and that's the end of this series.
I mean, this is looking like a team that the other teams that have already locked in playoffs should be maybe getting a bit of a cold sweat over as they watch this game. Maybe they have to be a bit nervous going up against the side of KongDoo Panthera. First place in the opposing group. Spam shots coming in there, finds the headshot here on Aurora. This is exactly what Ons needs if they want to pull this off, because 33% is all that is separating KongDoo Panthera from that playoff spot here at the moment.
Just waiting for any more heads to poke out of that archway as he is boosted there by Dotori. Ding looking to just find some percentage here in the back line if they do not contest him. Going to try to farm up for that EMP, otherwise gets
the hack onto Sia. Roar's going to go down again though. Bit of an overextension coming through from him, and you can see he wants the pressure out onto, but Decay is at least there to pick up the pieces, manages to take him down.
On's dead.
Ding follows up there onto the knockout there onto Sia, taking down that EMP. Ding finds that EMP, throws it down immediately. Coalescence comes out, they find Mineral, they find the Tori, and they're going to find the win. They're in onto the point, no one can stop them. And KongDoo Panthera have done it. They have secured their spot. 4th place in the group. They are going to playoffs. BlossoM will have to finish out this series. 1 more map to be played. But they've lost. There's no playoffs for them, and they have to go to Contenders Trials.
That's right. They have to go to Trials. They will potentially not be in Season 2. The organization that brought us Apex Season 4 champions GC Busan are now in Trials for Season 2 of Contenders Korea. KongDoo Panthera came in with a big reputation, a big name, but did not live up to anything of the legacy that came from Panthera that was half of London Spitfire after Apex Season 4. But tonight, they come in with new DPS. They prepared well for BlossoM strategies, and they take them out here. And it's very fitting that BlossoM goes out with Ons looking down the barrel of the Widowmaker scope again in their last dying moments. Gets those opening kills, knocks Roar out there in that first push, but Decay and Ding, the better DPSs tonight, building up that EMP so fast was Ding, farming it so hard onto the tanks and building it. We had Decay kill on simultaneously, Ding EMPs the rest of the team. That was gonna be it, and that's it. We're gonna watch one more sad goodbye game here for BlossoM, but it's not gonna affect anything. They're going to Trials. Not going to be moving into, I believe they're not going to even have 6th place regardless of what happens. I think they'll be in 5th. I'd have to check on that one more time, but this last map is basically just Panthera closing out the series.
I think that's correct, but I'm not 100% certain about that. So we will have to verify when we'll have the standings up on the screen and everything later on. But yeah, I mean, BlossoM, how do you even approach this next one is really got to be the question. Where do you want to go? Are you just going to try out some new strategies? We already saw them do that on Hollywood. It was insanely costly for them. Now that they don't have much to play for, do you try to experiment in advance of that Trials tournament just to practice a couple new compositions, or do you just go at this one with everything you got, try to play standard, give Ons the Widowmaker yet again, and see if he can pop off?
I think they're going to take us to Junkertown. We're going to do a hero cam of May.
We're back on to May.
Hi, Sister. Sister's probably watching at home.
She doesn't seem that enthused. She's just like, I would respectfully rather not.
All right, is she gonna do it?
Maybe.
He says, come on, do it.
Build up a May wall. I don't know, throw a snowball out there, start a blizzard.
Oh,
do whatever you want. She's saying like, put either of them on camera. So they're like, all right, now it's your turn.
Come on,
do it.
I know you can hear us out there.
On the desk, he's like, nah, I don't want to do it.
All right, someone's got to do May, or I'm going to run out there.
I mean, honestly, if anybody does it right now, they probably win the prize. Wait,
she was going to do.
She's trying to. She's spraying. I don't know.
Oh, she's going to throw her phone as the.
Okay.
Her phone was snowball. She tried.
We already had somebody wholeheartedly throw their phone out like it was a pulse bomb the one time.
Yeah. Someone threw a bag as the May snowball last time it was May.
Okay, he's spraying away. He says hello. Okay, you got the headshot on the freeze. He's got the BM toss in there. All right, so far this is our front runner.
Yep.
I don't know if we have anybody else. Otherwise, we might need to throw you in the audience, Wolf.
I might have to go down there. Don't make me go down there. You know I will.
Oh boy. Oh,
he's standing up. Well, that looked like a kangaroo. Maybe that's one of May's emotes. I really need to brush up on my hero emotes because we have these hero cams. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I can never really tell whether that's actually a thing or if it's just something that they're doing. We had the Tracer cam last time. The girl did the May dance, and it was just all over the place. I need to just go sit there in the hero gallery and flip through every single
I think I need to do
one
this.
of those.
I think I need to do this, yeah.
Man,
that must be from the year of the rooster.
We're so unprepared for for our casting, it would seem.
Well, I was going to say it was like from the year of the rooster, but that's not a rooster-like at all. It's a kangaroo. I don't know. It might have been from the year of the rooster.
She's like hopping. I'm wondering if it's maybe like a Halloween thing, like if she like tries to imitate like a zombie or like a Frankenstein or something. I have no idea.
Could be.
But something tells me that is way more likely than her having a kangaroo emote, even though Junkertown is in the game.
Junkertown is going to be our next map. Nothing about tonight has been surprising except Ding's performance tonight. He has really shown up, being way better on the DPS than the D.Va. Now they've got a real D.Va player in Shubil, and even though he's not stellar, he's good enough to not put Ding on the bench, but put Youngjin on the bench with Ding playing DPS. It's going to be hard to top how one-sided games 2 and 3 were on Hollywood and Volskaya, but this map may just be it. Ons looks dejected. He's no chance of playoffs. They might be eliminated in Trials. Some hungry open division teams looking to take their pro spot here in Contenders. And with emotions high and KongDoo Panthera having that high of just taking that spot despite it looked like all season they would not make it, this may just be, it's going to be either one of two things. It's going to be Ons popping off on the Widow and redeeming himself, or we're going to have a one-sided game here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just have another third full hold here coming through. Solid from the likes of MTV Space, getting full health 3 times in a row. Maybe KongDoo Panthera can be the second team to replicate that dominance here as we enter in for the final map of this first series. BlossoM's hopes of playoffs already gone.
적의 공격까지 30초.
Fans still trying to keep them confident. They want to keep them level-headed in this series as best as they can, offering up their voices to provide energy to the team on stage. But honestly, even with the fandom shining through, I don't know if there's much to keep the focus from the players here at BlossoM.
Well, you know, it's a rough time. They're gonna start on attack. BlossoM, or sorry, Panthera choosing defense, which given how these maps have gone, not a surprising choice at all. They want to minimize game time shown before going to playoffs so they can just get this full hold again. Decay on the Widow. He's going to be the Widow tonight with Ding on the Junkrat. And we are going to see headshots coming through.
Yeah, it's going to be one there on his swoon. He goes low. Another one. Stay alive. Another one does connect. Melissa gets taken down at the beginning here. For that flick shot there onto the Zenyatta yet again. Cannot find it. Ding will be able to get taken down here by Ons, but Decay follows up. Shuts down that enemy Widow, and the res is available from Coma just to bring that Junkrat right back into the fight.
Okay, Decay just continue to do a ton of damage here. BlossoM is completely halted.
I mean, they just can't stop the bleeding. You can see here, Dotoria is trying his damnedest, brings the res back through onto Ons, but immediately two other members die.
I just want to see Ons. Okay, well, I got my wish. I want to see Ons because I want to see his last moments here in Contenders. See how well he can actually play under pressure. His team has already lost. Need to actually get a few shots through here, but Riptire is going to flank him from behind.
Well,
gets one shot onto it.
Already chunked out, will get taken down. Ons, good focus fire there. And it just finished that one off. Hulk comes down, dragging them away from the barrier as the members of KongDoo Panthera look to kite around the corner, but Sia has the hook, drags down Roar. They take him down, but the res comes in immediately from Coma to bring him back into the fight. Another Hulk comes up, dragging Sia in. He's got that Discord Orb on, and Decay is just shutting down Ons time and time again, the second time here that he's been winning up this Widow battle.
Yeah.
And now they're looking to just pick off the retreating members of BlossoM.
Really cool res there onto the Orisa, very well timed, giving Roar the opportunity to block most of that damage.
That was instant.
Yeah, that was really well played. The barrier came up very, very quickly. That was the one opening BlossoM had to really take control of this zone. Oh man, Ding's just flanking as well. Ons is just not in the zone. He should be shutting down this Junkrat who's flanking. He's showing his
another Riptire.
He's showing his head coming around the side here and flanking, and he should not be allowed to do that. Ons is just not having a good night here on the Widow, and as a result, Ding is allowed to do too much damage. But look where he's just poking around the sides here, setting up these traps.
Lindsay finds a shot there on the Mineral.
Not even behind the barrier.
Through, they can't get the hook. So spot him out here on the back side. Tori's gonna go down. Ding just ripping him to pieces.
This shouldn't be happening ever. A Junkrat killing the backline like this.
Hello. See ya. Does he have the hook? He's just gonna get sprayed down. Decay just takes him out with the left click.
Yeah, Luffy discords him. He had been headshot already. And this is like the end of this series. Achilios, I mean, Ons just cannot allow Junkrats to walk around the right side exposed, doing damage to the backline of his tanks. In this case, he's just again up here on this high ground, head exposed.
Another halt there. Full swoon in, they pop him up in the air, but they can't finish him out. But that is just going to be the instant flick around the side. Tori is dead again as Ding draws out another Riptire. I believe that's been 3 so far from him.
Ons, you can see in that line of sight where we saw him, this whole match for him is trying to get revenge on Decay. But that's not going to win them this series. Might get him a highlight, but fortunately he's getting outclassed anyways.
I mean, what a brutal way to get shut out of playoffs. Already 2 full holds, now looking at a third one. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. BlossoM have not shown any flexibility. They are not altering their style, trying to go for something like the Winston here instead. Ons is just sticking through the Widowmaker.
Yeah. And
they're just trying to force their way in here.
They got a blade. This is going to be their one shot, their one chance.
Yeah, but that's going to be the Transcendence coming down, just denying that damage out from Alyssa.
Gets Decay at least.
We'll take out Decay, as you say. The Supercharger offering up a little bit of extra damage here for the Genji. KongDoo Panthera do kite around the corner, so maybe not a full hold, maybe a bit of a caster curse here provided to the side of KongDoo Panthera as BlossoM finally finds some ground to stand on. Ons jumping over to the side.
All right, they got it.
They're gonna blade have to is what tag in last second if they can. Mineral goes up, drops down that self-destruct, he'll die, pops out, see ya, but they will get that completion.
So they were able to open this up with a really good play from Melissa. Once the tank line was open there, with the Transcendence, everyone got spread out, which gave Ons a little bit more ability to do damage at range.
I swear, if they get the completion now on this point C.
Well, I mean, look, they've got this opportunity. Remember how difficult it is to set up at this point on the defense if you actually go for a contest.
Decay, way too late.
But they're setting up here now to deny Panthera from actually getting a good position here with that kill, forcing the res. He's got this Riptire, but it's very difficult for him to use it. In fact, this is a bit of a sloppy dive coming through from Panthera. This is actually not working out very well.
Yeah, they managed to get on, but Four will fall.
Well.
Ding comes in. They will get rid of minerals. This just does buy them seconds off the clock here as they wait for the rejoin or force the res, but seems like minerals going to respawn before that can happen.
Yeah, giving so much time over to Panthera here. That Riptire and the inability for Panthera to actually walk onto this point with no tank. That's why you see the slow run back here for the Orisa. So we're halfway through this point B. Alyssa gets taken out here. He's got a Dragon Blade, and that's what opened up that last fight, but he's dead, he can't use it. And they've only got really 1 minute left to make something happen here.
On's getting pushed back there. Thor goes forward with the Winston.
Would be attractive.
Now they're looking to just control them here by the spawn. The bubble comes down to protect the K here for the moment. He's still getting boosted up.
They have this setup now. They actually have this defensive position that's so difficult to get if you get wiped right before the point, because they got that win in the fight and BlossoM didn't hold on to their push. They respawn and regroup. That's not where you want to be as Widow.
Yeah, definitely not. That's going to be that Dragon Blade out, and Alyssa gets shut down. Ding cuts him down instantly with the satchel charge, finishes him off. And yeah, well, they got the completion there onto A, but unless BlossoM can do something miraculous with this self-destruct from Sia, with the Transcendence from Swoon, and it's looking like point A is all that they are going to get. They will have to full hold KongDoo Panthera just to get a map win here.
And, you know, Ding gonna use his Riptire to stagger this a little bit more.
He has had so many of these in this series.
He's playing very well.
Goodbye.
That's the double, that's the game over here. BlossoM totally shutting them down, or being totally shut down.
The K is going point blank here. Almost walks onto that trap. It's the shot there into the back onto the Diva. Looking for the camp here. It's that body shot onto Tori, but can't finish him off quite yet. We'll just go ahead, rejoin, finds Ons one last time. And that is going to be it here as Sia goes down. OT taken away. KongDoo Panthera looking utterly dominant against a very lost BlossoM.
Very lost is the best way to put it. I feel like they had a really good shot at grabbing that second point if they had continued to press their advantage when they had that trade there with the Riptire blowing up Mineral. They still had the Diva in the mech, and they had odds. They could have tried to force their way through there to prevent Panthera from getting into good position there on the gateway, on that doorway right after point A. It takes such a long time to set that up, and if you get wiped, you just never get it if the team keeps pushing through. When they traded, they should have continued to press their advantage, force the slower runbacks coming through from Panthera to come in a little bit more aggressively and then continue that push. Would they have gotten it from that stagger there? Not necessarily, but they had a better chance against that than going up against the full perfect setup there for Panthera, where they were able to get so much value with Ding's Junkrat. Decay wins the Widow Wars because he has better line of sight. He is looking down all the doorways with Ding. You come in the front, you're gonna get hit by all that Junkrat damage, forcing barriers out early. You come from the side, he's looking at you with his scope at max charge before you walk around the corner. You're gonna have a hard time. This feels like a sad ending to a very, very long and tough story for BlossoM. It's been, you know, they came in as the first team running Widowmaker in Contenders exclusively on almost every map. We saw it very little in Trials. They ran it a lot. Players like Stitch started adapting it. We saw Yaki adapt it a little bit. Decay today playing the Widowmaker, hasn't been a lot. Youngjin a little bit. It was BlossoM who made this Widowmaker play viable on almost every map type, including Assault. He was the first person to use it, but tonight he continues to use it when everyone else has kind of moved on and he's just getting outclassed. He's playing emotionally. Let's see if Panthera can just cross the finish line in this already won race.
Well, good start. I'll take down Swoon, force the res. But again, this has to be such an admirable defense from the side of BlossoM if they want to even scrape back a single win, but it won't gain them much. KongDoo Panthera are going to be locked in that fourth place spot regardless of if they lose this map here now.
Hey, Decay just harassing here, trying to build up that Dragon Blade. Or sorry, Ding. My bad. Building up that Dragon Blade up to 30% here, just with some deflections and some left clicks. Coming in here, just trying to be as annoying as possible on the cart rolls. Barely survives here.
Yeah, I'm doing a pretty good job of being annoying, that's for damn sure. Keeps himself alive. 43% comes down here, right on top of Mineral. Looks for the right clicks, gets a big deflection there on a swim, but cannot finish him off. Now the focus comes in and he'll get taken down. Spoon manages to find the kill. The BlossoM has to kite back to try to stay alive. Sia barely gets that health pack to stay in here, but Mineral, he'll get taken down. Ding's brought back in, and Luffy goes ahead and works Sia out of that mech, so looking like that point A completion here with plenty of time on the clock.
Ding just completely shut down this formation. He just shut it down with that dive through. Doesn't even build the Dragon Blade yet, but he totally forced everyone in BlossoM to react and respond, moving away from where they were, moving away from the barrier, which gave Decay more sightlines, and Schröder was able to come in. They win the tank war, and they get this first cap. 5 minutes now to go, as Alyssa just looks for
all right, this better
flanking.
be one hell of a flank, Alyssa.
I was going to get Decay easily.
There you go, there's
Looking for
one.
Coma.
Gets him. Shuts him down, the res doesn't come through, but he's gonna die immediately as he pushes back out. Ding will do the same though. As he dashes through.
Just wanted to build that Dragon Blade before they reset.
Has been a very, very slow one here.
Roar actually getting picked off there at the end. Nice play by Swoon to actually slow this down, getting that desync there on the spawns. Blizzard's got this rip tire. He's been holding it for a while since that last pick for another flank move. I think that what they would like to do, what Panthera would like to do, is bait out these support ultimates before using the Dragon Blade. They've got so much time to do it. There's a rip tire.
Will come through, wrapping around the backside, finds Ding. Focus fire here onto the Genji. Shut him down. One of these days he's gonna have that Dragon Blade ready.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
He's gonna have to build it naturally here.
Self-destruct.
Self-destruct does go up, comes down, finds Illicit. He's out of the fight. Transcendence now in here from Schröder. He tries to keep everybody alive. The Valkyrie ready to go as well for the Tori. Self-destruct answer from Sia. Manages to take down Decay, and Ding finally gets the blade, draws it out. They shut him down immediately. Odds finds the hit. Decay gonna be rezzed up, but Mineral has fallen. Sia, the lone tank here, has to stick up and forward to try to stop this payload from moving in, because they are just a couple meters away. But Decay takes down Ons. He's in on the backside. He's going for the flanks, looks for the Junkrat, misses it here with the point blank. The bomb's coming through. He's gonna go low, 80 HP left here on him. Dashes to the side, but the cart is moving back in at the same time.
That's it.
Tori die here one final time in front of the cart. KongDoo close out what I believe is the fastest 4-0 that we have had so far in this tournament. An hour and 20 since we went live.
Very, very quick plays here, or wins rather, I should say, from KongDoo Panthera. There's still a lot to be improved with this team. They do not come into playoffs as big favorites. If this is your first time watching Contenders Korea and you're a KongDoo fan, first of all, where were you the whole time? And secondly, this is the best they've played. And this is with Ding playing DPS for the first time this season. They looked strong tonight, but do they look like a top 4 team? No. Fortunate end here for BlossoM's run. They came in as first seed, and they will be, sadly, the fourth team eliminated from Overwatch Contenders. So the last playoff slot is given. We have our playoff teams decided now.
Yep. A and B has been locked in. So everything gonna be settled. It's all just about those final shuffles now as the next few matches come through. KongDoo Panthera very well could find themselves playing against one of the teams that we have in our second match, with Runaway currently sitting in that first place spot. First place from B versus fourth place from A.
You know, this is just the end of what was a really cool experiment and run for BlossoM. They got this roster of mostly untested players from the ladder. Mineral, the monster on the Winston we heard so much about. Ons, the streamer. Trying to bring this all together, trying to bring this squad of new talent into the league. Didn't go well for WGS, and it's not going well here for BlossoM. And, you know, I would not be shocked if this team is unable to make it through trials again as well.
I don't know if I'll go that far. I think that they have shown some promise. They need to not do things that involve Hanzo Junkrat, that sort of stuff. You know, the experimentation there falling short. It's hard to say without knowing all of the teams that are going to be playing in the Trials tournament, knowing what sort of stiff competition these guys could be looking at.
I mean, we know a few of them.
Look at them.
We know MVP Space, we know WGS, right? We know these teams that are going there.
Sure, I'm talking about maybe teams coming in from the open qualifier, that sort of thing.
And I think it's going to get even harder once the rest of the teams come through. And one takeaway here for BlossoM is I think they've learned that Ons on the Widow is not how they're going to win titles, and it may not be enough to be in Season 2. That's going to be the big takeaway. As great of a Widow as he is, other Widows improved, outclassed him. And you just need to have more flexibility. And again, not the Hanzo kind of flexibility. You need to be able to play more compositions. So we just watched the highlight reel of Ding and Decay again.
Decay getting assassinated here, Secret Agent illicit.
Yeah, that was a cool move.
I mean, this was a nice one. It looked like a breath of fresh air, and then he died immediately as he walked out. Poked his head out and was just dead.
I do think that the best DPS of the three was illicit for sure, and there's a chance that he gets picked up by another Contenders team before Season 2. It's a possibility, but they better hope not, because I think they're going to need him, because he adds that X factor, he adds that flexibility to this squad that just, it isn't there.
Yeah.
Insane, again, somewhat untested as well. Unfortunately, he didn't really get that many opportunities to play outside of Control, and I think he's a player that if they had really focused on improving him and improving their lineup so they could run the Widow on like Hollywood, then switch back as we go into Assault and then Escort, they might have had a more well-rounded lineup, but they were just unwilling to do it.
Yeah. Didn't have that flexibility, and it punishes them in the end. Real quick before we throw over to the interview and find out who do you think is going to be the MVP. For me, it's Ding.
Well, it's too late because we've already got him here.
살벌한 단두대 매치에서 결국 살아남았는데요. 최근 무르른 경기력으로 결국 8강 진출까지 확정짓는 모습입니다. 오늘 제 옆에는 오늘의 MVP죠. 콩두 판테라의 루피 선수가 서 있습니다.
So it's Luffy from KongDoo Panthera.
네, 소개 부탁드릴게요.
저는
콩두 판테라에서 서브힐러를 맡고 있는 루피 양성현이라고 합니다.
Said he's Luffy from KongDoo Panthera.
오늘 2선 세트 완막을 하면서 압도적인 승리를 거뒀는데요. 이렇게 제대로 각성한 모습을 보여주셨어요. 어떤 점을 중점적으로 준비를 좀 하셨나요?
How did you get ready for today's match?
선브라 메타에 최대한 계속 적응하려고 노력을 이번에 엄청 열심히 해가지고 결과가 좋게 나온 것 같아요.
네, 근데 또 송브라 메타도 송브라 메타지만
just working really hard to improve, obviously, as they headed into today's series and getting used to new DPSs.
쟁탈전을 연습을 한 부분도 있었나요?
네, 쟁탈 할 때는 쟁탈을 위주로 계속 꾸준히 열심히 해가지고 좀 많이 보완했던 것 같아요. 네,
또 오늘 채팅창에 제가 뒤에서 대기실에서 보니까 오늘 루피가 다 했다 이런 댓글이 많았거든요. 네, 공격, 수비, 팀케어 모든 방면에서 활약을 해주셨는데
So any tips for other healers out there to play like you?
비결 딱히 없는 것 같은데.
Honestly, there's not really much tips. It's just talent. It's not skill, it's talent. Doesn't have any tips for you.
또 오늘 이렇게 극적으로 플레이오프 진출에 성공을
So you played really well today. You qualified for playoffs.
앞으로 계속 바뀌어가는 메타에 빠르게
Anything you want to say about the upcoming playoffs?
계속 좋은 모습을 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
네, 그리고
Just trying to get used to again the new roster and trying to show good performances, of course, in playoffs.
응원해주시는 팬 여러분들께 또 한마디 부탁드릴게요.
팬 여러분들 항상 저희
Any words you want to say to the fans?
이번 시즌에는 좀 안 좋은 모습을 많이 보여드렸지만 다음 이제
So we actually haven't been able to show you guys the performances that we wanted to, and I think we disappointed you guys a lot. But we're going to work harder to improve and show you guys great games in the future. I think he said also to keep cheering for them, of course. So going to go give the shirt to one of the fans.
See, who's it going to be this time around? I thought he had somebody eyed up. He was making a beeline over to that side, but thinking about it. Hey, can I get past you real quick while I give this shirt to somebody else? Hands it off to one of the fans there.
Giving it to that fan. So there you go. That's going to be the end of our first series. Luffy had quite a few kills, especially on Hollywood. It was pretty insane what he was able to accomplish, and he's just such a great Zenyatta player. A lot of those kills we saw from Decay and from Ding on the Junkrat Widow, Junkrat Widow on both Hollywood with the Junkrat there from Ding, and then on Junkertown, where because he had those Discord orbs on the right targets and was doing a ton of damage with his right clicks, the guy who had a monster performance tonight.
It was great. I mean, overall, seems like maybe they found the winning formula here with this roster. Still some things to be worked on. Roar overextending on the Winston, the Genji especially there from Decay. But that's the first series in the books. Next up, we have Runaway versus Foxes. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we'll have that series for you.